Imagine owning this: marble floors everywhere, crystal chandeliers above you, butlers at your door, guests paying thousands nightly. It looks like royalty. It feels like power. It smells like old money. Welcome to the dream. But here is reality. Most five-star hotels operate at razor margins. The dream costs billions. The returns shock everyone. Welcome to Warren's portfolio. Let me show you every single layer today. You will be shocked. The hotel industry generates over $600 billion annually in the United States alone. That sounds incredible, right? But here is the thing. The average luxury hotel earns between 10% and 15% net on billions of revenue before debt service payments. After debt, it shrinks, sometimes below 5%. So who actually wins in this entire game? Stay until the end, because the last reveal will change everything today. The five-star hotel is not a hospitality business. It is a real estate play wrapped in luxury fabric. And today, I prove it. Let us start here. You see the lobby, you see the pool, you see the service. You think money printer. But the real money does not come from rooms. It never did, actually. The brand is bait. The land is gold. The experience is theater. And the operator pays for every single scene. Here's what shocks people. The Ritz-Carlton brand, the Four Seasons brand, the Park Hyatt brand, none of them own most of their hotels. They're management companies. They collect fees only. The real owners suffer. The brand just profits. This is the secret nobody tells new investors. And today, I reveal every single layer here. Hold this hook tight, because we come back to the exact number that separates winners only from the ones destroyed by this beautiful illusion.
Let us talk money. Real startup money now, not the brochure numbers, the actual true cost to build from scratch one five-star hotel in a major city. You need land first. Prime location land costs between $50 million minimum up to $500 million just for the ground. Not a single room, just the empty land. Then construction begins next. A five-star property costs between $800,000 and $2 million per room to build. A 200-room hotel at $1 million per room, that is $200 million just for construction alone. Now add the finishes. Marble sourced from Italy, custom furniture from Europe. Our collections cost millions. Technology infrastructure costs more. Spa and pool facilities add another $20 million. The kitchen equipment alone costs $5 to $10 million. Restaurant build-out and design, another $15 million minimum. Grand ballroom construction costs between $20 and $40 million. The rooftop and gardens add another $10 million. Now add pre-opening expenses. Staff hiring and training before a single guest costs $3 to $5 million. Marketing before you open, another $2 to $4 million. Operating capital reserve needed, minimum 12 months worth. That is $20 million in pure cash sitting, doing nothing while waiting. Total construction cost summary. Land cost, $100 million. Building cost, $200 million. Interior design and finishes, another $60 million added. Technology and systems cost, another $15 million added. Pre-opening cost total, another $25 million added. Working capital reserve needed, another $20 million sitting. Grand total investment required, approximately $420 million for a 200-room, five-star hotel property in a major market. That number is real. That is not exaggerated, and it gets harder because this is before you pay any debt, before you hire anyone, before one guest arrives. $420 million before revenue day one.
Now the real math, the numbers nobody shows in the investment brochure. Let us break it layer by layer today. A 200-room hotel priced at $800 average daily rate means at 70% occupancy, that is 140 rooms occupied every single night. Revenue per night equals 140 rooms times 800. That is 112,000 nightly. Multiply by 365 days, annual room revenue equals approximately $40 million. That sounds great, right? But rooms are only part of total revenue. Let us add food. The restaurants inside generate approximately 20% of total annual hotel revenue. That adds $8 million. The spa adds more. Approximately 10% adds another $4 million annually. Banquets and events add another 15% approximately. That is $6 million. Total annual gross revenue, approximately $58 million from a 200-room, 5-star hotel property. Now subtract the costs. Labor is the killer. 5-star hotels employ approximately 2 employees per each available room nightly. On 200 rooms, that means 400 employees minimum. Average total labor costs, including benefits and taxes, is 35 to 40% of total gross revenue. On $58 million, labor alone costs approximately $21 million annually. Then food costs hit. Restaurant food costs runs 28 to 32% of food revenue earned. On $8 million, food costs $2.4 million. Then utilities and energy. A 5-star hotel is an energy monster. Annual utility bills run $3 to $5 million. Then brand management fees. If you use Marriott, if you use Hilton, if you use Four Seasons, they charge 3% of total gross revenue as base management fee, plus 10% more of gross operating profit as incentive management fee. On $58 million revenue, that is $1.7 million base plus more in incentive. Then maintenance and repairs. Annual maintenance budget requires 3 to 5% of total asset value. On a $400 million asset, that is $12 to $20 million every single year minimum. Then property taxes hit. Insurance costs hit next. Marketing and distribution costs, commissions to booking platforms. OTA commissions average 18% on rooms booked online. Add it all. Now, total annual operating costs approximately 48 to 52 million. On 58 million revenue, net operating income equals between 6 and 10 million on a $420 million investment. That is a return of between 1.4% and 2.4% only. A savings account beats every single year guaranteed. So why does anyone actually build these things if the returns hurt that badly every year? Here is the answer. The ones who win are not operating hotels, they are collecting assets. Let me explain everything. Play number 1 first. Land appreciation is silent but absolutely devastating wealth. That $100 million land in Manhattan, New York or Miami Beach, Florida appreciates 6 to 10% every single year quietly. Over 20 years, that $100 million becomes $320 million just from land alone. The hotel operations barely need to make profit. The land does everything. Play number 2 now. Brand licensing is genius. Companies like Four Seasons do not own hotels. They license their name. They charge management fees. They take zero risk. They earn pure margin. The real estate owner takes all the risk. The brand takes profits. Play number 3 follows. Real estate investment trusts, called REITs, allow you to own hotel assets without operating them yourself. Host Hotels and Resorts is the largest REIT owning luxury hotel properties. They collect rental income from the hotel operators. They own the walls, not the operations inside. Play number 4 now. The management contract model is where real money accumulates over time quietly. You build and own, you hire Marriott brand, they operate everything daily, you collect net income after their fees only. Your asset appreciates constantly. Play number 5 follows. The conversion play exists. You buy old buildings, office towers or warehouses, convert them to hotels, buy at office prices, sell at hotel prices. The spread is enormous. Play number 6 now. The condo-hotel hybrid model. Sell individual rooms privately to individual investors worldwide. They use it sometimes. It sits in inventory when not personally using. You collect management fees on every occupied night. Zero occupancy risk personally. Play number 7 finally. The flag and flip. Build the hotel asset, stabilize the operations first, get to 70% occupancy, sell to institutional investors at 15 to 20 times net operating income multiple. On 10 million NOI, that is a $150 to $200 million exit on 420 million investment, plus years of appreciation. The math now works.
Now, the risks nobody talks about publicly ever are the ones that destroy even perfectly run properties. Risk number one. First, economic downturn kills luxury. When recessions hit hard, luxury spend drops first. In the 2008 crash, luxury hotel RevPAR dropped by 25 to 35% in a single year. RevPAR means revenue per available room each night. When that number drops, your fixed costs stay, your debt payments stay, but your revenue vanishes. Risk number two follows. Labor costs never stop. The minimum wage increases are permanent and compounding. Each increase hits margins, and you cannot reduce the luxury service standard without losing your rating. Your 5-star rating requires minimum staff ratios. You are trapped. Always. Risk number three arrives, the OTA dependency trap. Booking.com owns Expedia, owns your customer, not you as owner. They charge 18% on every single booking. You have no leverage because they own demand. Risk number four hits, the renovation cycle reality. Every 7 to 10 years, your hotel needs renovation. Luxury guests expect newness. Brand standards require updates. A full renovation costs $30 to $50 million on a 200-room property. This is not optional. This is mandatory. Always. Risk number five follows, the single event risk. One viral negative review, one health incident reported, one celebrity scandal incident can destroy occupancy overnight. It happens every year somewhere in this industry. Risk number six arise. Interest rate sensitivity kills. Most hotels carry debt. When interest rates rise, debt service increases fast. A 1% rise on $250 million debt costs $2.5 million more every single year added. That comes directly from your already thin margins. Operating levers that work. Revenue management systems daily. Dynamic pricing tools help. Yield management software tracks every booking pattern available. The best operators move room rates daily, constantly, based on demand signals. This single lever alone can improve RevPAR by 10 to 20% annually versus flat pricing. Direct booking strategy works. Reducing OTA dependency saves 18% on commissions. The best hotels invest heavily in loyalty programs to own their guests instead of renting them from third-party platforms. Finally, ancillary revenue focus. The spa, the restaurant, the bar, the events, the parking, the minibar, every touch point generates revenue without adding a room. Now, how do winners actually get out profitably? Because the exit determines everything in this game. The operating income is just a holding cost. The exit is wealth. Let us walk through every single exit option. Option 1 is stabilization. Then institutional sale works. Get occupancy above 70%, get RevPAR above market, get net operating income to at least $10 million. Then sell to REITs at 15 to 20 times net operating income multiple on $10 million NOI. That exit is worth between $150 and $200 million. Option 2 is refinancing. When the asset appreciates, you refinance tax-free. Pull equity from property without triggering capital gains. This is called BRRRR in real estate circles. Buy, renovate, refinance, repeat. Apply to luxury hotels. This strategy creates enormous tax-efficient wealth over decades. Option 3 is condominium conversion of hotel rooms. Sell individual units outright to wealthy private buyers at a 20 to 30% premium over hotel valuation. Buyers pay for access to the hotel amenities. Option 4 is brand. Sale of your hotel to a brand itself. Four Seasons occasionally buys properties they want control over for brand reasons. Marriott acquires key assets. The premium paid includes strategic value beyond operations. Option 5 is family office and sovereign wealth pools. These institutional capital pools hunt luxury hotel assets. They pay premium prices for stable income assets in trophy locations globally. The Abu Dhabi Fund, the Qatar Investment Authority, sovereign wealth buys luxury hotels at record multiples. Scalability in this business is limited but powerful. You cannot easily franchise a 5-star hotel the way you can franchise a fast food, but management company model allows enormous global scale. Four Seasons manages globally without owning most properties. Marriott manages 9,000 hotels, with relatively few owned. The management fee model scales infinitely with zero additional capital requirement ever. If you are building a hotel ownership portfolio, the first property must be a perfect execution because institutional capital looks at your track record before partnering with you on the second asset. The path to scalability is performance at 1, then capital for 2, then systems for 10, then brand for 20. That is the ladder.
Here is the verdict. Is owning a hotel the right investment for you? It depends entirely on which version you choose. If you buy one 5-star hotel expecting comfortable passive income only, the answer is no. The economics punish ignorance. The margins are brutal. The risks are enormous. The capital requirements are beyond most investors' capacity. But if you understand that this is actually a land appreciation play with hospitality as cover, then the picture changes completely and profoundly so. The land beneath you compounds every single year. The brand you choose protects your rate power. The people who win never forget the asset. They treat the hotel as the income wrapper around the real investment, which is always land in premium, irreplaceable locations. Warren did not build a 5-star hotel, but Warren studied everything that operates exactly like one, where the visible business barely earns its keep, but the underlying asset compounds silently every year, decade after quiet decade. This is the pattern behind every great wealth vehicle in this country. The business earns average, the asset earns everything. The one metric now I promised at beginning, it is called ADR, average daily rate growth year over year consistently. If your ADR growth faster than your costs, you win this game. If your ADR stagnates but your costs grow, you slowly lose everything. ADR above market means your brand has power. Your location is irreplaceable. Your guest values experience over price every time. That is the signal of a great hotel versus an average one. That is the difference between generational wealth creation and an expensive, beautiful mistake. Subscribe right now, please, because the next video shows the exact business that runs this same playbook, but at 10 times the scale and return. This is not entertainment. This is financial warfare. And the hotel business you understand today completely is the trap you will never fall into tomorrow or ever again.